Alexis, for the love of God, stop beeping.
Oh no, they're on to me.
Powering down.
So yeah, the gardens are lush at this point. Flowers are just ready to bloom. Everything is very well maintained. Nice, neat little labels on all of the individual plants. This is a botanical type of place. It's not just for showing off lovely things. There are some sections that do focus on that a little bit more, but there's an intention behind these gardens. And Duncan, you know where the kind of medicinal section is. Most plants have a medicinal use if you're smart enough. But the distinctly medicinal things, like your aloe veras, for instance, you know where to go find those. And those plants that you were thinking of that might help Pivel, you can identify them because you roll real good like.
Yep.
And Pivel, again, is amazed. There's a variety of plant life here that is just, it's phenomenal. And although he is tied to plants, his focus is more in meadows, where you get larger swaths of, not monocultures, not just single types of plants, but the plants that are in meadows are different from what you're finding here. So he's kind of
more
taking
like
an interest.
Herbs.
Yeah. And as you're wandering through, Duncan, you do see the one gardener that you had questioned. He kind of looks at you, looks away, looks back at you real quick, and scurries off to avoid further contact.
Oh, yeah. If we make eye contact, Duncan's going to like try to wave him back over. Now, are the gardens just like free to pick, or is this like a business?
It's open access, but think kind of a scholarly type access.
Like a co-op, we grow together thing. Okay. Then very carefully and taking only what he needs, he'll grab whatever herbs he needs, and kind of like mash them up together, to make kind of I don't know if this is something you would eat. Yeah, like a poultice. I don't know if he would eat it or if it would be something he would rub on his skin, but make the ointment.
We'll say this is applied on the skin, as poultices do.
So
you tried to make. You try to make eye contact with the gardener, and he is very much avoiding your eye contact and pretending he saw nothing and moving on.
I'll just give a shrug and I'll just start picking what I need.
And Navos, to you, Pivel has heard that you like plants, just in the brief interactions with Irgison. Have you ever seen so many plants like this? Like, look at this one. It's trailing, but it's also climbing. And like, it looks like it's going to be beautiful when it blooms. They are morning glories, actually. I would love that opportunity. I think this has been just such a cool experience, and hopefully I don't mess things up.
Can you lift your chin up so I can apply?
Oh, okay. And he's like straining the chin all the way up.
And I'm going to start rubbing it on his neck where he was itching.
Notably, you did not request permission. Thane has better bedside manner, but that's beside the point. And well, so this is my first one ever, and this kind of like the trial run. I have been training very hard. But depending on how I do today, they may assign me to a different place next year. Or they might decide that I need to keep working on it. So I'm I'm starting to get a little nervous, actually. Duncan, can I put my chin down now?
Give me 1 second. I'm almost done. I'm just making sure I got everything. I'm also, while I'm applying it, doing lay on hand and doing the 5 required to extract any poisons out of his skin.
Was it 5? I should have
It's
read
5.
that.
It's 5 to remove any
5.
poison or disease. I'm going to do the 5 required, and I'm going to pull it out of his skin as it's being applied.
Yeah, so as you are channeling your abilities, what does it look like for Duncan? Is it purely based in the plant matter for you? How does it look?
It's kind of placed in the plant matter. It's if you can imagine it, it's like really comforting massage. Like I know the pressure points on his neck.
Throat massage.
In a weird sense of the way, but yes. And as I'm applying it and putting the pressure, it kind of is channeling through me as it's now healing and kind of extracting all of these poisons out of his neck, or the buildup of the histamines in his neck.
Yeah. As you do this, you can see kind of a bit of relief, a bit of tension that Pyvel was holding, kind of wash away, as it were.
All
wow!
Right, you can put your chin down,
and
I'm gonna
thank
pop
you.
him on the shoulder.
What plants were those? Because that feels amazing.
Oh, it's a simple remedy. It's Arlan roots and some bedlam leaves. I can point and I'll show him the plants as well.
And he will take note. Not write down things, but we'll study these plants to be able to identify them later. So at this point in time, kind of further into the city, the music is kicking up more. You can hear that the crowd is gathering. You've got probably half an hour, 45 minutes until showtime. Until Pyvel needs to be back at the main stage.
Okay.
You're pretty nervous then, Pyvel, with this being your first time in a place like this.
Yeah, people have been so incredibly nice to me, and I don't want to mess this up.
For what it's worth,
it's kind of a big deal to a lot of people. They're counting on me.
We had come here for not a similar reason, but in our own way, a similar reason. And we were expecting this place to not be as it was. We were expecting it to be much worse. And it has a way of surprising you. And we think that you're going to do great. And you're with good people.
Can you roll me a persuasion?
Sure. That is going to be a natural 20.
Okay, never mind.
You don't need me. You don't need your help.
He doesn't need my
Amazing.
help.
You can put your hand back down, Curtis. Because, Thane, as you're speaking so directly to Pyvel, he doesn't seem used to this kind of earnestness. He seems used to being told kind of what he should be, what he should be doing, what he should be learning. And he's been encouraged. This is not somebody who's been neglected emotionally. But having somebody that has amazed him, somebody that has shown themselves to care about others, believe in him so directly, you can see you've had an effect on him. He's not quite as excited, nervous, that kind of vibe. You see him kind of take what you're saying and internalize it. And you have a good feeling that your words have resonated with Pybel. Yeah, it's gonna go great, and I'm gonna see all of you again here next year because they're gonna send me back because it's gonna be so good. Should we start heading back to the stage? I don't want to be late. I know I'm gonna do amazing, Thane. But I don't want to be late. Is there anything else you guys want to show me or do before we go?
We're going to be on time, you know?
Okay. Well, lead the way then.
All right. And Duncan will lead his way to the main stage.
Okay. I'm not going to make y'all roll for this one. You've already done pretty amazing at getting through crowds. So you do arrive well in advance. You've got about half an hour. Navos,
Bron.
you see Marlowe hanging out nearby. Sorry, what was that, Andrew?
No, go ahead.
What were you going to say?
I was, as we were walking, or after we get there, I wanted to just mention to Brun, or ask, is your sister gonna be joining us, or brother, or whoever, whatever sibling of yours?
Oh,
this child belongs to? Yeah, right, that one.
The child in question waves again.
He should be, if all goes according to plan. Mahir wanted to get here a little early and see the start of the festivities, and I promised him I would. So, but his father will be here later today.
Your older brother, younger? Is he as big as you are?
Bigger. Well, not as big around.
We'll keep an eye open for them. We imagine they'll probably stick out.
I appreciate that.
Brun, as you mentioned Mahir's father, you feel a little pat on your head.
One moment.
The whisper in your ear. Is this something that you would like other people to be able to hear, or do you want to whisper?
I'll take it as a whisper. If Mahir's gonna whisper directly into my ears.
If anybody would like to try and hear what's being said, I will allow it.
You're under investigation.
Technically, you are too.
I will take an investigation roll from you.
Okay. I got a 4.
As you're trying to pay attention to what's being said, Brun is very tall. There's a lot going on around you, and this seems like a very practiced whisper motion. This kid is used to hiding what's being said.
Okay.
And you can see the mouth move a little bit, but it's very, very subtle. And it's hard to make out.
Can I whisper back, and will that also be an investigation check?
Yes.
So, like, with that whisper, Brun's not gonna whisper back.
Okay.
Okay.
He's gonna be like,
rolled a 17. There's a 17 on that dice right there.
Nice try.
I don't want to waste the 17. No, Brun's gonna be like, oh, my apologies. My brother won't be in attendance. Your Your babysitter neglected to tell me that, so I guess you're stuck with me for the entire festival. Oh no, whatever will you do?
And like there's kind of this big grin that spreads across the face, like this is a victory.
Oh no, I guess we'll get to eat all the sweetmeats we want for the whole festival.
You get a big hug around your forehead from behind.
Just like the arms around it, I turn back to the group and go, I may have an extra straggler for the rest of our duration here. I hope that's not an inconvenience.
Andrew is familiar.
2 hands, 2 hand waves.
Hello, tiny human. The other hand is busy being eaten. That little tidbit of information passed to you and shared around. Anything else people want to do for right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you actually going to do a reading, a card pool for this child, or just kind of showing off the cards?
Brun's absolutely going to like bring him down to like he's got the gangle and like have him just like hanging off the arm and the shoulder, so it's closer to eye level. Like just like
where the legs just kind of stick straight out. It's a little bit of that, but child shaped.
But also like dangling the kid by his ankles. Like you can tell this is where Brun knows how to handle children and like get them to giggle and laugh every once in a while by like hanging them in weird ways and like engaging the kinesthetic response a little bit. But yeah, we'll absolutely like encourage Mahir to interact with you.
Hey Navos, can you give me a perception check? Okay. Perception. Okay. Yeah, similar to when Duncan was trying to listen in on Mahir. There's a lot going on. You're trying not to get jostled too much. You're trying not to like drop your cards, etc., etc. So, yeah, there's a lot. It's taking a lot of your concentration at the moment to focus on Mahir. What is the card that you have pulled for this child? Card of Triumph. And what does Triumph look like? And Mahir, for the second time now, since the outburst upon seeing Brun, is gonna like look at the card, look up at Brun, and like look down at their hands like, I need a sword.
Not the griffin, the sword I want.
Well, Mahir has a mount already.
Oh,
like
yeah,
what's better than riding on your uncle's shoulders?
He does have proficiency in animal handling, I believe. I am the animal.
And Mahir's gonna look at you, Navos, be like, "Is that me?"
I mean, if you want a sword, I have the swords in my shop. I make them for the children.
The eyes grow wide.
Wooden swords for the children.
I think I like knives better.
Well, I have wooden swords. That's what I can offer you.
Kind of like looks up to Brun. Like, oh.
I won't tell if you don't. Come on.
I would never.
There's a good. There's. Attaboy. Let's go.
Up on the shoulders goes the child, like looking around with renewed vigor and excitement to see if there are any swords or knives that look like what was on the card. Anything else for right now?
Ready?
Okay, well, Marlo.
Actually, one small thing. As we are like, I'm so sorry. As we're sort of standing in the group, like after we've gotten there with Pival, and there's a little bit of a lull. I do want to lean in, to Mahir and go, quiz time. Do you remember the herbs that Mr. Duncan used to make the poultice?
There was a root
Mm.
and something smelly.
Do you think if we went back, you could make one?
I think maybe.
Okay.
You said this to Mahir, right?
Yeah, to Mahir.
Okay. Yeah. Want to make sure I was not acting as the wrong individual.
Yeah, no, this is like a sidebar chat to be here. This is less hidden. This is less of like a secretive whisper. So if people wanted to listen in, it would be like there's still the volume the height difference, but like it is like
I'll say if anyone wanted to hear it, they could without a check. So while you're chatting with me here, Pival and Marlo are gonna make eye contact, and Marlo's gonna kind of weave his way through. He is a halfling, so he's trying his best. Most of the crowd are taller than he is, well, good to see you back. And it looks like you've done your job very well. Pival, good to see you again. I trust that everything was good. Looks around to all of you. Nothing amiss, nothing awry.
looks to Thane.
Reaction for some paprika.
Paprika.
I hope my community service has been served.
I have not had a chance to talk to the council just yet. The day's events do take precedence at the moment. But
we have been serving the community hard.
The community has been served.
The community has been served.
And one particular community member more than most.
He'll look around to all of you. Well, thank you for excellent work, Pival. I trust you are doing well enough. Some kind of what is on your neck? So I'm allergic to paprika, and Duncan here has healed my ailments splendidly with plants. So I'm feeling a lot better now, and I am ready to go. I think we've still got a little bit of time, right? Yes, well, about that. Navos, I know your arrangement with us hasn't been very smooth, but do you perhaps... are you able to perform on a larger scale? The warm-up act is not here. I'm not sure what happened to them, and you are a bit of a spectacle. I thought perhaps you might be able to entertain for a little bit before the grand event, before the opening ceremony. And he'll reach into a pouch and produce a gold coin and offer it towards you. Your payment, of course, if you would agree. What kind of assistance would you need? Um, what sort of magic? Divine, arcane? What are your needs for that? Actually, I do believe. Is this a particular spell you're looking for, or just an illusion in general? Okay. Well, I believe I know just the persons. I'll make sure to get them on hand. Are you ready to go in, say, 5-10 minutes? All right. We will see you at the stage in, let's say, 10. And he'll shake your hand, go to shake your hand, and leave the coin in it. So add yourself 1 gold. It's very obvious that he's got like the nervous excitement going on. Obviously, something has gone wrong with the previous entertainment that's supposed to fill the stage for a bit. So, like, there's that. There's a twinge of annoyance in his face as he was explaining that they didn't show. Relief. He's got a little bit of clamminess to the hands, but that's probably just due to excitement. And he's vigorously shaking your hand to thank you. He obviously very much appreciates that you've agreed to do this. And that's easy enough. The tournament grounds aren't very far from the main stage. Just for convenience sake. So you can wander around, find them fairly quickly. Do you want to tell anyone else what you're doing, or are you doing this a little bit solo for now?
If you're going to the tournament grounds, we would love to see how that's progressing.
I don't want to check on what I did.
Yeah, easy enough. So
Brun's gonna stay behind with Pieball because technically our contract isn't up until I believe per the wording. I'm staying with Pieball, but I'm also
Duncan is also with Pieball as well.
I'm also oh man. So there's like a couple times, Duncan, where you see Brun like looking around in the crowd as he's like talking to me here. I'm looking for Vox. I'm looking for my problematic son.
The problem child.
Okay. Thane, where are you? You're heading over to the tournament grounds as well?
Yes.
Okay. Real quick, roll me a Vox check of your choice.
Animal handling.
I was just gonna roll D percentiles.
Sure, do it.
Just that's 100.
There's absolutely a Vox in the crowd.
Oh God!
Roll me either a perception or an investigation to see if you can find the Vox in the crowd. It's like, where's Waldo?
Mm-hmm. They're there.
I love that you rolled 100.
She's doing the John Cena thing. Now you see me, now you don't.
Perception for a 13.
Okay. You're gonna keep your eyes out for now.
Yeah. Of course, Vox is
you
in the goddamn crowd.
you are very confident that Vox is around here somewhere. As of yet, you do not see a purple tiefling, but you know that's not the
Norhorn
only.
of them.
Yeah, you know that's not the only look that Vox rocks once in a while. So it could just be that they are being a little sneaky, being a little skeevy. So our tournament boys. Yes, you make it over. Thane, can you roll me a perception for this one?
I sure can. That's going to be not great. That's only a 5.
Okay. Nevos, your passive perception is what? Okay. As you are approaching the bards, they're kind of. You get the impression that they are kind of the hype crowd, the hype crew, rather, for the tournament. They're very decked out in various ribbons of color. It's a spectacle, both visual and auditory. And you catch a smidgen of. They seem to be working on something at the moment. You're not quite sure what. Thane, as you're wandering through, you're looking for that shiny, shiny armor, and you're
So
not
shiny
seeing it. Well, it's probably been spit shined by now.
Yeah.
You're not seeing it. You're not hearing it. It's getting a little bit warmer out here. Not so many trees around the tournament grounds. So with the sun shining so much, you'd imagine that you would notice pretty quickly if Silverwater was still here. So yeah, you are free to approach those bards as they are conversing, working back and forth.
We hope to make more of us here. Oh, that's made, well, mostly in Seneca, but some of our other places also. So maybe if we got a foothold here, we would make it here too. What? Oh. Well, our intent, if we're being honest here, we had thought this place was kind of a hellscape. We had thought that there was a massive disparity between those who had and those who had not here. And when we arrived, there was a little bit of that, but we were surprised that there was as much equality here as there was. There's a council that runs things. There are people who are paid or compensated to do things that they enjoy. This place very much feels like the ideal thing that I have been striving for, that my people have been striving for. Once we've achieved what we're setting out to do. So no, our goal was just to convince people who were downtrodden to stand up and shrug off their shackles, but we don't see any shackles here. Well, this is the first place we've been outside of Seneca. So, I mean, they send people like me everywhere, and maybe there are places like this elsewhere, and maybe there aren't. But we just happen to get a good place, we guess. It's all been kind of confusing. Oh, we do have the right idea. Well, it is, and some places do things right and other places don't. But unity, community, equality—that's the goal. Those are the ideals worth striving for. So if a place doesn't have that, then that's what we teach them.
Hey, Davos. Can you roll for me a religion check? That phrase, that unity, community, equality, equality, that is familiar. You've heard that. Um, there is a god, Ahura Bahé, and I can pop that in chat. Ahura Bahé, the Flowing. Um, you recognize that phrase. And was it you that had looked closer at Thane's armor? Somebody had done that last time.
Like Duncan. Oh, yeah, I'm not sure. Sounds like a Duncan thing.
It sounds like a Duncan thing, but I don't remember it because it's not in my notes.
I have a note.
Yeah, it may have been
Okay.
It's Brun.
Did I have notes? Hold on. If it's on the
Might have
notes,
been
then it's not real.
But anyway, those are the words of a god. It's kind of the tagline of their followers. So as Thane is saying these words, you get that snippet of memory. I would say you've probably, because you've traveled a decent bit. I would say there's a strong chance you've seen at least one other, maybe 2 or 3 or 4, depending on how far you've roamed. This is not, now that you're thinking about it, the first time you've seen an individual like Thane. Sorry to interrupt. It's about this time then. I'll give you like one line each. But you have not had much time in between leaving Pybel and the others and approaching these bards. Hello. Hi. You, points to Thane, are very popular right now. Congrats on the win. That guy, nobody
It was a win
really
for all of
likes
us.
him. Yeah, and we're feeling that. So what can we do for you two? You seemed like you needed something. Hello. Well, I would hope so. That's kind of why we're here. Ooh, okay. All right. Main stage. Look at us. That depends. What do you need? Okay.
It's a slogan.
All right. So you said you've been
Little
hired by
jingle.
Marlowe. So normally we would charge you. And looking at these two, they are Genasi actually. They look like twins, which is kind of neat. Air Genasi, if it matters. So you're being hired by the festival. We will do this for you. If, turning back to Thane, we can hear a little more of your story later on.
We would love to share the story of our people.
And the other one does kind of like a fist pump, like yes, off to the side a little bit. They seem very excited about the two of you. So as long as you think you can lead, we can back you up. Talking back to you, Navos. Can we get a little hint about what we're doing, or is this going to be like just a fun little surprise for everyone? What, you want the fireworks and all that too, or? All right. Okay.
Hey, Elminster, you know that sound you've been looking for?
Oh, here it is!
Well, listen to this!
And they kind of look toward each other like, huh. All right, you've got a deal. And little walk and talk later. You have the bards in tow. Yeah, so you have them. Marlowe will return with like stereotypical wizard-looking guy. Uh, yes, hello, Ellen. Ellen, at your service. I'm told you need some illusions. Yes. Well, we're at the festival, so it should be easy enough. And he'll do like little like magic hands, jazz fingers a little bit with faint sparkle. Whatever you need. And you have your accompaniment. Marlowe is going to gesture you up toward the stage. Will offer you a thaumaturgy wand, like you saw Pyval using earlier. If you speak into this, your voice will carry. And he'll gesture to you to take it away.
There's like a screech, the feedback.
And as your cough catches a little attention, and people realize that somebody's up on stage. What are we looking at here? You get a few very odd looks. People who are trying to figure out, like, is this a costume? What are we observing here? And you continue speaking, and more faces turn towards you. The attention is yours. you see him like off the side. He like rolls up his wizard robe sleeves. Aha, very Merlin. Very animated
Me,
Merlin.
Ellen DeGeneres.
And he is roaring to go. So as you describe, it is done.
The Veiled Arcana.
Navos is very
He's just starstruck.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big deal.
The fame, it's getting to him.
Can we?
What the fuck?
Marley.
We think we'll find her boat. There is like, yeah. Duncan starts clapping, and Brun is like, kind of looking down. I feel like Mahir is just like excitedly clapping.
Yep.
Fred Deimos did the thing.
Marlowe will take the thaumaturgy wand from you, and make his way up on the stage, a little bit shell-shocked. Just kind of a, yes, thank you so much, Nevos, of the, Unveiled Arcana. Ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise defined, it is time for our visiting Asamar Pival Sial to take the stage and begin the opening ceremony. Thank you all for being here. And he'll like clap kind of awkwardly while leaving the stage. And Pival kind of like turns to all of you with like a little double thumbs up, like, yeah, I got this. And will make his way to the stage. Sorry, I'm still reeling myself. You have stunned God. So
Can you
Pival
please send that
takes this.
to the Discord?
I need to listen to this
Drop that
later.
in the library or something.
That's
Drop
it's
the whole
going on my
album. Go ahead.
it's going to my Spotify. I don't know what you're talking about. It was more I'm worried they will find her bones that I was like, hold on a second.
Hey,
No.
actually, don't listen to this. Go ahead.
So Pival takes the stage. Noticed that was a little weird, but is so focused on what he's doing. Hello everyone, by grace. Well met, I am Pival Sial, child of Yogten, the Keeper of Meadows, and Avatar of the Wilds. And my greatest thanks to my newest friends, especially Nevos, for that incredible display. I have, for years now, watched my siblings go forth into the towns surrounding the great city Kahlo to pass blessings on the fields that provide for us all. They've always returned with such fantastic tales of the spirited people who live in these places. Stories so incredible I could hardly believe them. And yet here I stand for my first time ever, living and breathing those fantasies for myself. You can see he's getting kind of worked up. The excitement is palpable. The crowd around you, while they were kind of like nervously shuffling uncomfortably from Nevos's display, like trying to figure out what was happening, Pival's enthusiasm, his genuine joy of being here, his radiance, honestly, he's starting to let that show a little. They go kind of quiet. Like there's a little bit of shuffling, but you wouldn't expect a town of 5,000 that's been inundated with visitors from all around to be so focused. And you can see like the itching has returned a little bit to Pival. Today it is my honor and my privilege to join you all this festival. As the sun reaches its peak, we dedicate this growing season to all your hard work as we ask for the most prosperous year yet. And you can see he's sweating a little bit, like he's really getting into this. Kind of trying to scratch under the armor a little bit. Enjoy this day, bask in this glorious start to the season, and experience all this festival has to offer. And as you're standing there, there's this pressure in the air. The din has quieted, but there's this, it's almost barometric, right? Like a building storm almost. Pival is glowing, which he's an Asamar, it's probably normal. But he's scratching more intensely now. To the point of drawing his own blood a little bit. You can see lines across his neck, a little bit on his face, his jaw, his hands. As you four are very close to him, you also see pulsing veins almost under the skin of this black, dark, bruised-looking something.
Would my divine sense come into play to help identify what's going on?
No, it would not.
Okay.
And he's struggling the words out now just a little bit. By the grace of the wilds and the work of your hands, I declare this festival. And as he should have finished a line, there's fanfare and fireworks going off behind him. He crouches down, kind of in on himself.
I'm worried.
He is glowing, red hot almost. The metal on his person is fiery almost. You would expect it to start melting soon. And that pressure is hitting in waves now. You can feel heat rolling off of him. This is the sun-baked fields, right? The intensity of a summer's day multiplied tenfold. The crowd is confused. This isn't normal. Brun, you know this isn't normal. This doesn't happen. And he is in his pain. He looks up wildly, searching for familiar faces. He finds you four. And in a voice that it almost seems like a chorus, there's multiple voices emerging from him at once. He shouts to you, "Tell Archbishop Galrand what has happened." Imagine that I yelled that. I have a headset on. I'm not going to yell. And he throws something to you. Between the four of you, are any of you going to try and catch this up? Whatever he's thrown.
Duncan. Duncan's hand was up first. His own hand.
How are you gonna catch
All
it?
of you roll for me
What hand?
dexterity. Or athletics.
I got a 16.
Brun's actually not going to. He's taking Mahir and turning to keep Mahir, put his body between Mahir and whatever is about to happen.
Mahir has been gripping your scalp.
Yeah, pull him down and get him, especially once I hear that threefold voice. It's just pulling, Mahir's grabbed onto my hair, and I pull parts of my own hair off as I'm tucking him down in front of me, and turning my back.
Thane, I believe you were also going to roll to catch.
Only an 11.
Okay. Duncan, this blazing object hits your remaining hand, and it burns. It sears your flesh. And as this object is launched at your crew with this order to tell Archbishop Galrand what has happened, Pyvel screams. There's a flare of wings, burning radiant wings, the smell of burnt wheat erupting out as these waves of force hit all of you. You can see he's got multiple eyes that have opened all over where those scratches were, where those bumps had been, and I need all of you to make me a con save.
$15.
12. 11.
Also a 15.
Also a 15.
Okay.
DC was 16. Sorry, boy.
Got him.
Roll new characters.
It was not a DC. This was to see who is the last one standing. Thane, this force hits, and it kind of reverberates in your chest cavity. It almost strangles your heart. It's like a really deep bass, almost. hitting and rattling you. And you drop. The rest of the crowd around you has already gone down. The 3 that remain, you see and feel these heat waves, and Pival is gone. In that final, like, pulsing burst, that kind of building up, Pival's nowhere to be seen. And with that realization, you all drop as well. And that's where we'll go to break.
Oh my god. Oh.
Yeah, what an excellent time for break. Well executed.
I thought I
Well
was gonna
done.
have
Thank
the
you.
weird stuff. This is crazy.
T,
Oh
did you
my
think
gosh.
everything
You
was going to
did
be
have
cute and
the
fun?
weird stuff. I'm terribly sorry.
All right, let us take 10, 15. What are we feeling here? Anybody need snacks and stuff?
I'm good for 10.
We'll do a 10.
I'm good.
We'll return at 8:05.
Oh, a whole extra minute. A blessing.
You're welcome. It's about to
You
get
know,
real bad,
hello.
real fast. You're welcome. No,
Yay.
probably, maybe. All right,
Uh,
back in 10.
Thank you, 5. Or 11.
Tee 10.
Eric, can you send that?
It's 9 now.
Yeah, I put it in the full stage.
Oh, there it is. Okay, all right. I'm gonna mute myself here because I want to listen to it in all its glory.
Not gonna lie, slightly disappointed that it isn't the full minute 20. I thought it was gonna be the full minute 20 of this, and I was like, oh, he just paused it early. You're still muted, Andrew.
There's so much to unpack, like between the song and the vision. Like I don't even know where to start. and then that's
also the yeah.
main fucking story. Like there's the main story, and then there's all like all this other.
yeah. The angel blew himself up, but like,
Yes.
what about the other things?
Yeah. What's about this glass spire? And the
Tell me
moon?
more
Like,
about
what's up-
these monks.
Yeah.
Again, like fucking fantastic imagery, horrifying imagery. A question for you, Derek. Are you good? Are you okay, buddy?
Yo,
Do
so
you need help?
We did a roast for the 30s on Saturday with Andrew and a couple other friends. They kicked my ass. There's some stuff
so
going
untrue.
on.
Dude, so yeah, we had this roast a few days ago, and Derek was the MC for it, and he
Okay.
came so prepared, and it was like, dude, I haven't laughed that hard in longer than I can remember. Like it was so brutal, the things that he was saying to us. I don't know, like Derek just you're fucking like your prep work on stuff is just unrivaled,
incredible.
man.
That's all I can
Unrivaled.
do. Ty
And-
killed me though.
That was really funny. That was a good time. Oh man. I'm worried that more bad stuff is about to happen, guys.
I'm also worried because the music on Roll20 has changed to spooky music.
Yeah, good point.
Oh, I should throw that up. Yeah, that's a good.
Oh, you're missing out on the spooky music.
I know.
Also,
well, my iPad was dead. Sorry.
I
Also,
wasted all my spell slots to help you in the fight. So if something's coming up,
early fucking star handout. Just again, the visual description of that illusion like panning through, like I've literally read screenplays with that didn't have descriptions as good as that. That was fucking stupendous.
thank you. Yeah, that was kind of. Alexis just messaged me about it as I was like on a walk, and I was like, okay, I gotta throw something together.
I
This is-
gotta throw something together.
This
Guys,
is all
I
supposed
made
to
a
be
whole
the
musical. There's a play. I got 5 minutes.
oh no, I gotta go start my hip hop career with my cards jingle.
That's what I was so excited to do last week, but yeah, that's my
Was play your jingle. That's honestly was such a good pivot. Like that turn from here's this beautiful sweeping, very unsettling and open for interpretation pitch for the festival, and then I'm worried they can read my thoughts. I'm worried they'll find her grave.
Also, I don't know what happened to that video. I don't know why that's a full minute 21.
I was honestly like super excited. I was disappointed that it wasn't a full minute 20.
That's so funny.
We'll see. If we hit more festivals, maybe we'll do some more.
That's just what we do with this whole campaign. We
just
skip the main story. We just go.
We're just
down and
carnies.
down. Yes, essentially.
I don't know, guys. Like with how this
Dane
one's
goes beats
turning
some
out,
people up.
I'm not sure we're gonna get invited to another one of these things.
We're crashing. We're festival crashers. Like
That's our job.
Man, that's so funny. Man, I think was Alexis the only one who left
I think so.
for the break. That's so funny.
But no, the bad shit's absolutely gonna start rolling downhill.
Yeah, I don't think it ends just here. I think there's gonna be
They're not like, well, that was weird anyway. Enjoy the festival.
Yeah, let's just continue on. Yeah, that's probably true.
Sorry, the guest of honor blew up. What you gonna do? It is what it is.
But Alexis, like it was called this whole Pivel's scratchy.
Yeah,
issue.
he's so
Like,
fucked.
I think honestly, it's probably not throat cancer. It seems much bigger than that. Just from my own observation.
It's everywhere cancer.
Yeah,
It's demon cancer.
I've never heard of one that causes like a person to explode at the end. So I
That's
think
devil
definitely-
cancer. That's technically
that's
separate from
definitely
demon
like-
cancer.
Yeah, definitely a different symptom, for sure. So we should get it.
I'm not a calculus teacher, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna get blamed for it because we were supervising the whole time.
Oh man. Okay. What did Pivel eat, or drink, or do that didn't seem like a big deal at the time, but led to all of this? Did we see? Did he do anything?
Not that I know of, besides the stuff that I rubbed on his neck, which I know was good.
Oh my gosh! We
I
are
know
gonna
what
get
I'm
blamed.
doing.
You poisoned him.
Or did I?
More
That's the
community
reveal.
service for Duncan.
I'm the demon.
Oh my gosh! Don't even joke. Like, that's it. You admitted it. He's the guy. We didn't know
I'm
what
the guy.
What
Mad
an
about the community
absolutely shitty! What an absolutely shitty way to like get a player out of the party is like it was him, and then we just leave town. We don't want to play with that fucking character anymore. Go make a new one.
He had the motive. He didn't want to do community service.
Had the opportunity.
Had the means
I'm
and the
just an old
opportunity.
man. Just an old man with a big thick mustache that he twiddles.
And a streak of vengeance a mile wide.
I'm trying to get my other hand back.
Man,
So were you
crazy.
actually planning to do something with like that piece of wood, like carve something out of it, or just?
Yeah, it'll come up again in a couple of games.
Okay.
It's a surprise tool that'll help us later.
Hot dog, hot diggity dog.
What if we all just left in 2 minutes?
Yeah.
So when Alexis came back, it was just empty chairs.
She's probably sitting right next to her computer listening to everything,
Tables.
just to see
I
what we
would
say.
never, Andrew.
What? You listen to the plots and schemes we're having?
I listen back every episode except for the previous one.
Right, we are being recorded.
I've
Don't
got
know where
y'all on
Craig is.
tape twice.
Yeah, but I'm not. I
You
can
got the
drive.
receipt.
I can bribe Craig.
Yeah, but OBS hates everyone equally.
That's fair.
I was sitting here changing my face while you guys were talking.
I did see the face change, and I was like, "Huh! I didn't know she'd put that on automatic. Never mind."
Tee, I did not. I was hinting my presence. So y'all didn't need a potty break?
I do now. Because you scared
Well, you
me.
have 1 minute.
He made me poop myself when he came back. Hope you're
Yeah, I just wear a diaper. They're not
Oh,
Duncan is a pro.
Duncan's
yeah.
a-
Yeah.
He's ready for
Duncan-
everything.
That is Duncan. Yeah, wearing the diaper. That makes sense. That fits.
That's what one of the rules. Always wear a diaper.
Okay, but what rule is that?
Rule 69.
No! I hate all
Man.
of this. Thank you.
Those guys actually left with 1 minute left.
Nope, not anymore.
Well, I will be taking... what should I take this time? Strength points? I could take strength points.
Do we want that right now?
I mean, I might want that.
Are we gonna
Yeah.
need those?
I mean,
Take away
Nanos has,
level.
like, negative strength anyway.
You wouldn't dare.
Wouldn't I? I enjoy my threats bringing Derek back just to try and bring
Yeah.
him back.
Oh, that's so funny.
It is 8:05, as
56.
mentioned.
I'm gonna make Kylie listen to that song, Derek's song. Text.
You're like,
Even with
hey,
context,
I found a
we're all
song.
like,
entirely unrelated question for folks at the table. I was having a conversation at work today about interesting ways to modify interesting rules to set for your D&D games. And I'm curious how people feel about, aside from warlocks, no damaging cantrips allowed. Like for clerics and wizards and sorcerers, all of your damaging spells must be leveled.
I like
hate
that in the sense that nobody ever picks the role-playing cantrips. It's always
For
people
sure.
picking up, oh, I want Shocking Grasp, I want...
I want Toll the Dead. I want
Yes.
Firebolt. Like I
Mhm.
want, but also narratively as a way of like, hey, you have to be taught, like and so warlocks being the exception, with Eldritch Blast just being like, hey, this is different. It's its own separate thing because of you're making a deal to get this magic as opposed to earning it through study or through your bloodline or something like that.
Hey, that's fascinating, and we can talk about that later, but I did also just give you a whole minute for that.
Thank you. Thank you for the minute. I yield back
Truly,
my
I am so giving this evening.
I listened to the theme song 6 times in a row. That was what I did with my time.
Look at you go. So,
bad stuff.
when last we left our intrepid heroes.
yeah. Is that a 5 or a 2? That's
What
a
does
5.
it look like to you?
Oh, Boise. So y'all are gonna take 5 radiant damage from the blast.
Burton.
Yeah, you're all currently on the ground, which is cool. So to figure out who rises first, you guys want to do just what, like an initiative roll? What are we thinking here?
Oh, initiative works.
I want to know who's first.
I like
Natural
it.
20.
You got
Natural
20?
20 plus 3.
A nat 20 again. God dang thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've been
Weighted
crazy these
dice.
past few games.
Yeah, natural 20 to stand up.
Got 3.
Oh, I did better. I got
You're an
a.
old man.
I had a
I'm an old man,
10.
leave me alone.
I had rolled a 10 for an 8.
I'm in the prime of my life.
I have a 6.
Okay. Thane, you were the first one down, but also the first to start recovering. Everything hurts. The cobbles that are like digging into the soft bits around your armor. Very uncomfortable. But also the roasty toasty flesh that was exposed, not happy.
We'll see my face.
As you...
That's like my face.
Uh-huh. You've got a real nasty sunburn on your face. T-zone. Very red. Very angry. So you,
bitch.
You start to come to, and there's a shadow above you. You're not sitting up yet. You're just kind of like waking up a little bit. And through kind of the bleary, watery eyes, there's a feminine figure in a dress, kind of over top of you, not you specifically, but somebody nearby. And like your ears are ringing a little bit. So it's kind of hard to make out what's being said, but it seems like there's somebody else, at least one other person. And the figure stands, looks around a little bit. Your vision's kind of clearing a little bit better. She's elven, but there's something weird with like her right side. It doesn't look like skin. You're not quite sure what you're looking at. So she stands and starts to walk away, holding something sizable, with ease, it looks like.
Wait. Just calling out to as I'm standing to her.
And she like looks back to you curious. And head tilts a little bit. But whatever she's holding is moving now, and she's distracted and does not respond.
Do I pick up her facial features as she turns around to face me?
She's elven. The hair is long, gently curled. You see that she's got a pendant. It's something whitish, ivory bone, something. It's not metal. Carved in these jagged swirls. And there's a piece of metal at the bottom of it, kind of a ring. This is like a pendant that she's got. And in that brief moment where she actually turns to look at you, you get a better view of that weird side of her. It looks like tree bark, kind of. There's whorls and crags and jagged edges, but it doesn't seem like she's affected by it. It seems natural to her.
Have I seen her before? Is she the same elf who was in the... Okay.
No idea.
Elma.
I won't even have you roll for this one. This is not somebody you would have encountered. So you had the highest. Who was next up? It was Brun? Yeah.
Yeah.
One final thing for you, Thane. As you're trying to focus on her face, there's this haze, almost, of fibers, threads, something dark and wispy through the air, kind of surrounding everyone nearby. And you can see it's starting to settle onto people around you. Brun, you were covering Mihir.
Mm-hmm.
And expect to find him there when you come to. But there's a void where you were curled around. He's not here. Did he wake before you? What happened? Did he burn? Did he explode? As you kind of start looking around dazed still, you do see some scorch marks on the ground that look like shadows burnt into the cobbles. They're people-shaped, pointed away from where Pybel was. You don't see anything like that that's Mahir-sized. But he's not in your arms where he should be. What are you doing as you wake?
Once Mahir is not where he's supposed to be, he knows he's not supposed to run. We practiced this. Something is terribly wrong. And Brun pulls himself up to one knee and is looking around, not calling out for Mahir, but just seeking any clue, any sign, anything.
You haul yourself upright. You've been beaten worse than this before. It's still not comfortable. You can feel the singe of your eyebrows. Everything stings in general, and you can smell the burnt hair, vaporized iron, metallic, coppery scent. You're familiar with the experience of disaster to a degree, but even that wouldn't prepare you for this. You see a couple of other people in the vicinity, mostly those further back. Your squad is close to you. You are all standing together. But most other people that were around you all are not there. You can hear people crying out in pain, and you catch a vague glimpse of somebody walking away, a couple of somebodies. And that's about all that you've got time for.
I would like to start getting up to my feet and going in that direction. Anyone who's still moving after something like this knows something or has seen something. And it is because Thane's probably still a little further ahead. There's that lumber brushing past you. Because I feel like his balance is a little off still, and he's still trying.
Yeah, have you ever seen a large animal come out of anesthesia?
Yep, very similar.
You are the bear being released at the moment, trying to gain your footing. Thane, you are more upright at this point. You see Brun waking. All right, who was next between Duncan and Navos?
I roll a 3, so I'm at the very end.
Okay. Navos, when you passed out, that pressure that's been haunting you for the past couple of days hit a crescendo.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even need to roll. You know that you were bearing witness to this event. That you were being used to bear witness to this event. And it feels almost like that pressure is still there, but it's different at this point, where you're getting up, but you're not in control of that. You are Your limbs are heavy, but they are moving you upright. Your head swings around. You see Thane sitting up. You see this fiber settling on people. You see Brun trudging to his feet, and you see the group moving further and further away. Just in time to hear a young voice call out Brun's name. But it's multiple voices as well. You heard a little bit of it from Pivel, but this is stronger. This is a child wailing for comfort. This is a child who is not where they should be, who is terrified, they don't know what's happening. In triplicate, in quadruplet, you hear more and more voices joining this cry for Brun, all in the direction of that group that's moving away. And you watch. You cannot look away just yet. Duncan, what is your bed like at home? Yeah. Is it soft? Is it hard?
It is a little firm. He likes it like that. It helps with his back.
Yeah.
But he has upgraded pillows. He's very particular about his pillows.
You are used to laying on a somewhat solid surface.
Mm-hmm.
There are cobblestones digging in around your armor, because you donned your armor for today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You came prepared for something. Ceremony, but you can feel a large lump kind of on the back of your head where you hit the ground, right? Everything is sore. Your joints are reminding you of your age. As much as your activity helps you forget that, you have seen a fairly long life so far. And as you kind of start feeling yourself come to, the sounds around you are garbled a little bit, and you're hearing the sounds of crowd, of screaming, shouting, even Brun's name. Who's yelling for Brun? Why are so many young voices yelling for Brun? Is it the kids? Where are they? Are they safe? And it takes a bit to realize you don't recognize these voices. Which I don't know if that brings you some relief, but there's a lot starting to happen around you.
I think it doesn't bring him relief, because if they're not the children's voices, that means the children have been silenced. And that is not A-okay with him.
You are all now in control of yourselves. Brun, as you try to run after this group, you hear this wail. It cuts off in an instant. The group of people that you were following is gone. Poof.
Brun keeps moving towards the last spot he saw them. And he starts shouting. He's just shouting, Vox! Vox, where the hell are you? And it's just like, but the head is not turning. He is not looking for Vox. Wherever the last point of that group, wherever he last heard Mihir's cry, that is what he is looking at, and that is where he is going.
As you're kind of bellowing for Vox, because you know they were in this crowd, and
there's no fucking way that piece of shit's dead. There's no way.
They are a piece of crap, yes. But they're very good at their job. And there's no way he would not have been where he was supposed to be in all of this. You hear scuffling as people are coming to, starting to stand up, and you feel something hit your ankle.
Yeah, we'll just reach down for whatever, like just sort of reach down and feel, but not lose that sight.
You grab a wrist and unceremoniously yank this individual upright. Ouch! That was not what I was hoping for.
What the thrice damned? What happened?
He's gone, Brun. He's gone.
Where? Where did he go?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be here right now. Set me down so I can put my shoulder back in place.
Sorry. Put him down. Not gently.
He swings his arm in kind of a circle to pop the shoulder back in. Contortion has several benefits, but it also has the downside of joints do that sometimes. They're a little hypermobile, right? So you had Mahir in your hands. What happened?
There was light. I heard the voices.
Shit, there was light. I was on my way to you.
I turned when I heard him speak in threes. I turned and I covered Mahir. And when I woke up, he was gone. And he was not where he should have been. I got up. They were
and
moving
Vox is
this way.
Hands on the head, exasperated, going between furious rage at failure, at themselves, at you, fear, terror of what comes next, and desperation. And
did you know Edrak wasn't coming today?
What do you mean? He wasn't coming?
Mahir told me he wasn't coming.
Then why was Mahir here? Why was the kid allowed out without supervision, aside from you and me and the scraggly team it was handed? Where's the boss? Where's the kid?
know.
And he's you've seen Vox get frazzled before. Usually he hides it decently well. But every once in a while, the tiefling heritage, it starts to act up a little bit. And you can see the shadowy tattoo, ?
Mhm.
that covers his skin sometimes is racing everywhere. It's agitated. The tail is whipping around. There are spines, like porcupine quills almost, that are emerging from the hairs on the tail. And yeah,
uh,
Vox is upsetty spaghetti. So we're going to pause that there for now. I want to hear what everyone else is doing while this whole altercation is happening off to the side.
Thane go to where Pivel was last.
You could, yeah.
Is there anything left?
Nothing on the stage. You can smell burnt viscera. You can see all these scorch marks radiating out. There are handprints on the stage where he had crouched down and touched the wood. But there's nothing left. Nothing for you to find.
We're sorry. We're sorry. I'm sorry. I told you that this was going to be okay. And you would have done a really good job. And is the handprint like burned into this, into like the wood here? Can I? No, that's all I'm doing. I'm just gonna like stand here and just look around at the shadows, the burn marks, everything that's left here. I'm not even like paying attention to what's happening with Bron, and I'm focused more on Pivel.
As you are considering Pivel's last moments, you remember the command you were given. You remember that something was thrown towards you.
I know it burnt Duncan's hand, but does he still have that object in his hand?
Does he?
Would
you have held on to
it? He would have held on to it, yeah.
Then yes, it is still gripped desperately in your hand. What are you doing?
I'm gonna look at that object in my hand.
It's a holy symbol.
Holy symbol. Do I recognize it at all?
Yeah. You know who Pivel was the child of. So it is the mark of the wild gods. It is a symbol of those ties to the wild.
Okay. I'm going to put that into my pocket and immediately go start searching the crowd. Is everybody just like dead, or are they just all passed out?
So the people that were closest are shadows. Burned into the ground. The further away from where Pivel was you get, the better condition you find people in. The haze that the others had seen, the wispy whatevers, the fibrous whatever it was, you don't see any traces of that. It seems to have dissipated.
I'm going to start looking through the people that are still intact, if they're still alive, looking for any of the children. Kevin, any of the other children, as I'm shouting out Kevin's name.
You search. You don't find signs of the children. You know that many of them had been sent out to spread the news through town that there was a fight. So you can hope that they were far enough away that they're okay. But as of right now, you do not find signs of them.
Okay. Well, as I'm turning the body, I'm just looking for survivors, people who are still alive, and seeing what I can even do for them.
There's not a lot to be done at the moment. You're starting to hear kind of the clamor of paladin armor, and the guard is spreading out and joining you. They're in triage mode. They are gathering who they can and trying to get them to the temples. Because the town does have some clerics. Not many. It has paladins, again. Not many. But people who can heal. And they're going to try and get them there.
And as much as he's able to, because he is a little bit sore, his bones are achy, he's going to be joining those paladins in that triage, setting up whatever things that he can set up.
Navos, the hold on your body drops, and you sag into your own weight, and it hurts. The muscles were pulled in ways that they are not used to by a hand that does not care about the limitations of physical form. What are you doing?
It's not just a sag, it is a fall straight to the face. Arms are kept to the side, not even trying to break the fall. It is full panic attack right now. Labored breathing, not even trying, covering ears with hands, eye closed. Just like a yelling whisper at himself the entire time. You fucking idiot. You did too much. You always do too much. You saw with it. You didn't see anything, but why do you go so far? Constantly. As tears just rush, and it probably will not move for quite some time.
The tears grant you a blessed blurriness of vision. You cannot witness what you cannot see clearly. And that is your one bit of respite in this moment. Knowing that you have taken control back even just for an instant. Your muscles are shaking. Everything is just so much. Your mind is racing. And even through all of it, in the far depths of the back of your brain, you can feel that pressure, that anticipation, that waiting for something. Duncan, while you are searching for people, Brun is fairly close by. You see Vox. You find Yrgison, and some of the other druids. And she's scorched. Her normally pearly bright white scales, those iridescent lovely scales of hers, they are coated in the same material that the shadows on the ground are made of, and she is weeping. this kind of loss of life is not something that she's ever seen. You can tell. Plants die all the time, but people are different. And you see her energy building, that green, verdant energy that should have made the flowers blossom for the festival. That's what the Aasimar does. They bring the city to life. They bring all the plants into bloom, right? You see it build in her, and she tries to heal herself, those around her, and it's not a controlled thing. It is wild, it is erratic. And when the magic goes off, she seems kind of surprised for a second at how much power is in it. And she heals, but starts screaming anew. Like she fully healed. It was like the damage peeled away, like she was shedding a skin. And you hear bone start to crack. And the smell of iron hits you again as her flesh starts to split open.
How far away should she like kind of like sprint as fast as I can to her?
You can.
That's what I'll be doing.
You see her muscles expanding and the skeleton beneath changing shape. Her scales grow more jagged. Normally, like, the light dancing on her scales is beautiful, and it almost is. But her form hunches. She's down on all fours now. Her face is wild with a silent pain she has run out of screaming to do. As malformed wings push from her back. She is no longer the peaceful and serene dragonborn you have met over the past couple of days. No longer are her eyes showing a brilliant mind that is excited by conversation and plants and nature. Before you is a feral beast, thrashing, seeking something, anything, to distract from the pain. It throws a cart with its tail flailing around. There's no intention behind it. The cart goes sailing away with the force. And it is momentarily distracted before you can see the nostrils flare, and it swings its head toward the people around you that are beginning to stir. It starts to stalk forward as you are sprinting at it. You can see drool running from its mouth. Give me but a moment. I have something to drop in chat.
Okay.
Oh, this will be delightful.
Anyone else doing anything in this moment? You hear what's happening. This is not a quiet, silent process, at least at first.
Thane would have been, for a moment before all this kicked off, looking to see where the leaders of this town are. Is Marlowe around? Are there any other council members? Are they like dipped? Are they watching what's going on? Are they trying to help? Like, do I see them at all?
Marlowe was very close to the stage.
Marlowe's gone. Don't bring it up.
You had not met any of the other council members from your time in the city, or sorry, the town. You would know that the leader of the paladins and the bishop. Hold on, please. Yeah, paladin captain and the bishop would be based out of the temple district, the temple area. And other than the council, those two individuals hold a very high rank, we'll say. A large amount of sway within the town. So now's probably a good time to roll initiative. Okay.
Yeah, this is 10.
Above 20? Nobody? Okay, well, Vox got above 20.
Good for him.
The boy.
Nice. So it must be nice.
15 to 20.
Uh-oh.
10 to 15.
Oh, I got 10.
You both got 10s?
Yes. I have an initiative modifier, so straight 10.
My dexterity 16.
Duncan, what's your dex?
It is an 11.
Okay, so Thane goes first then. Next group down.
Everybody else.
I
What'd
got
you
a
get?
1.
Navos.
I can't take part in this.
This whole game?
No, yeah, I'm gonna head out, guys.
Thanks for playing it.
All right,
This
well,
is too much.
I ruined Derek.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's just between the panic attack as well as seeing that if I noticed it's Irgison, Navos can't. Like, there's no way.
I'm going to say roll initiative anyway.
Yep. It's a 13.
Thane, what was yours?
10.
Yours was a 10. Okay. So we have Vox, we have Navos, we have Thane, we have Duncan. You got a 1, Brun?
I got a 3. So technically, so it's a
buddy.
1. It's a modified 1.
Okay. Which fighter card do you want? Do you want the green one or the blue one? Green for your hair?
Yeah, let's do green for the hair.
Perfect. And for Yergison, okay, she got an 11. All right. Let me throw in the guards.
You're doing card initiative.
Sort of. I'm just using it to help me keep track.
Copy.
Because my computer does not want to roll 20 very well right now. So I've just realized that everything went quiet. Because I forgot to set a thing.
Honestly,
Yeah, put that theme song back on. Just use that as background music.
the quiet
in my
worked,
head.
the quiet worked really well for all of that leading up because it was super unpleasant to just sit here.
Sit. Enjoy. Okay. So, if you would like to fight, you may fight. If you would like to run, you may run. Whatever you would like to do here. I have a chase prepared if you would like to do that. This is me being forthright with all of you. This can go however you would like it to go. So
Duncan's
I'll
initial
start.
thought is to try to calm it rather than fight it.
Okay. Absolutely doable.
But it's not my turn. It's Fox's.
I was going to ask what your individual goals are here. Has Navos noticed that it's Yurgison?
I mean,
Would he have looked up at the sudden increase in violence?
at the increase, yes. So basically, it was trying to block all senses possible. So I don't know if you want me to roll to see. I don't know if you would have noticed beforehand to see the change.
Go ahead and roll. Why not?
Okay.
More rolls, more fun, right?
I'll drop the original Yurgison too, because I do have art for her. Ignore the fact that she's in a dress. That's not her typical garb. There she is.
Yep, there's the
Oh, yeah.
necklace.
She's seen better days.
That's a 10. And then plus whatever.
So, did you notice?
Yeah, halfway through.
Cool. We'll keep that in mind. So, Duncan, your goal here is to calm her.
Or calm her back to her original form. I'm assuming this is some sort of... Duncan is assuming that this is some sort of wild shape. And that Yurgison is still inside there somewhere.
Okay. Thane, what are you doing? What is your goal here?
Yeah, so Thane's grief has metastasized to rage, and they've fought for this community once. They're going to do that again. They don't even realize that this thing, or even are processing that this thing was a person once. It's just all this shitty thing just happened, and this thing is violent, so they're going to step in to do what needs to be done.
Okay. Brun, what are you and Vox doing? What is your goal here? Finding me here, obviously, but...
Brun was about to tell Vox to get the rest, get everyone else that we have ties to out of this city. Because we've been made. Something has gone horrifically wrong, and we need to get the rest of the rest of the team out of the city.
And Vox will do that.
If Vox can't find anything magical at where these people vanished, he's putting Vox in charge of getting everyone else out of the city right now.
Okay. And what's Brun doing? What is Brun's goal? Facing this threat.
Brun's going to... Brun just wants to hit something right now. And the fact that there's a big beastie, because he has no magic. He needs to hit shit. And there's a big shit that needs to hit.
Big shit needs hitting.
I'll hit Vox if Vox doesn't listen to me, but I want to hit the dragon thing.
It's like an axolotl.
Navos, what is your goal here?
To feel better.
I'm sorry. Did you think this was going to be a happy game?
Yeah, we had 3 sessions. We had 3 sessions of good time, guys. I don't know what we expected.
Guys, remember we had Kevin and we beat up that bully? We were throwing the kids around.
I love how you're all joking right now. It's so cute. Navos, what's your goal?
Oh, God.
God. Is not going to try to fight.
I would say you could probably see Duncan is not preparing to fight as well.
Oh, he's like kind of like holding up his hand, like
Doing
Jurassic
the
Park.
Chris Pratt
Mhm.
Raptors.
yes.
Can't wait for it to work.
And you guys come up behind it and start beating it. Ah!
So, Vox is upright. Vox is pulling themselves together, and he's going to do what he's told and run. So I'm going to take Vox out of things entirely. Which brings us to Navos.
Right now, trying to yell stop with no breath in their lungs. Trying to get up.
It is half your movement to get up. Would you like to consider a persuasion check as your action, or what are you feeling here?
Yeah, we can try that. Primarily on Thane and Brun.
Are you too good with doing a contested roll?
That's fine with me. I will say that Thane right now believes that Navos is a part of this, so they might not listen, regardless of how persuasive this is, because Navos also kind of feels like a threat, even though he is in a fetal position.
Mhm.
If that is your starting point, you will make the roll at advantage. For those who are resisting the persuasion, we'll do, I don't know, an intelligence save, maybe? Does that seem right?
I do wisdom for willpower.
I'll allow that. I will give Navos disadvantage against you in that case.
Okay.
Oh, I rolled with advantage, but
Okay, that
without
works
advantage,
instead.
19 plus 1.
9.
Okay.
Luck.
Brun? Are you in a place where you could be persuaded?
I think this might be like a step above table, but like if Thane like is making a threatening move towards Navos, I think that would snap me out of it more than the beast would. Like
Yeah, it's
like
he's a
and
less
that's-
immediate threat.
Yeah.
Right now, this is the big thing.
Right now there's the big thing in front of me. I am open to being coerced because Navos sees and knows things, and it has never lied to me as far as I'm aware. If
What
Navos
would you like
tells-
your counter roll to be then?
Ugh.
Intelligence, wisdom. I don't think you can strength your way out of this one.
Question.
Answer.
Would druid be considered a religion?
You would
Could I
know that there are druid. Sorry, I need water. There are druids. I've done a lot of talking. Oh my goodness.
Kind of on the wild shape angle of like, is this a natural or unnatural thing? Would that be something a religion check would cover?
I would say Arcana for that.
Ooh.
You shouldn't have said that. You should have said
Ooh,
that. Religion.
But I will have you wait till your turn to do that.
Yes. Yeah. I'm open to being.
What are
persuaded.
you counter rolling? Intelligence, wisdom.
I'm just
Against
gonna do.
Navos'
I'm
9.
gonna do wisdom against his 9. Yeah.
Roll it.
Oh. That's an 8.
Navos, what are you saying to try and persuade them with your lack of breath and teary eye?
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, that's all that's like coming out, but trying to say, please don't get away. Just leave. Leave her.
Leave her, Johnny, leave her. All right. So next up is Thane.
Hammer,
You have
sickle,
heard
threat.
this.
That
Gonna
is
make your
going to
attack?
be- oh yeah, that's going to be an 18 to hit on the first.
Okay.
Only a 10 to hit on the second.
18 hits.
7 points of damage total, and fuck it, I'm going to throw in a divine smite. This is my second and only remaining spell slot that I have at this level. So I will have no more spells after this. That is going to be an additional 6 points of divine damage.
Okay.
And
what was the
as a
total?
Oh, sorry.
What was the total for that damage?
Great question. I don't remember anything I just said.
I was trying to write.
Great roll back.
Wait, can I go back to my rolls?
I think you can.
The chat on D&D Beyond should have the rolls.
Yeah, I don't know if it's on mobile though.
It should be.
Where?
Crap.
There's definitely a 6
I
in
think
there.
it was. Yeah, I think it was. I don't know. Can we just say 2 6s?
I'll allow
It
it.
may have been on the first one, but I don't remember. But as a bonus action, then I want to use 8 of my remaining 9 lay on hands on myself. Because I'm still hurting from my fight with that guy from the last one.
So,
So that helped.
with that, it is a sizable hit on this pitiful, enraged feral creature before you. All right. Is that the end of your turn?
If I can, I want to use my movement to get behind the thing. To hopefully, if another one of my companions is attacking this thing, so they have flanking.
Okay. All right. Next up, our other boy, Duncan.
All right.
That's
So
you.
Duncan's first priority is, I don't know which direction this creature is facing. If it's facing the people that are in triage behind me, his first goal is to kind of move the fight somewhere else. So he's going to be as a distractant to kind of move it so that it doesn't go towards those people.
I will say, Thane was like over by the main stage. You would be from looking off the stage. You'd be off toward the right. The creature is, we'll say, center. Triage is behind you, further to the right. So Thane is now toward the left end. If we're looking from the stage.
Yeah. So I'm trying to pull it towards a direction where there is no people, and it wouldn't. Like, it would still allow the paladins and stuff to come in to get those people out.
She is very much focused on the damage that was just dealt.
And that's why he's going to kind of like run around, waving his one arm, trying to get its attention. Animal handling check for that. See if I can pull its attention. Okay.
As you're waving your arm around, actually no, go give me your roll first.
So I got animal handling as a +2, a 7 on that. All the while shouting, "Thane, stop! Thane, stop!"
Okay.
Not in a convincing way because I already did one roll.
So as you're waving your arms around, sorry. Oh, you're not waving with both of them?
Well, I have a thumb, so I guess one hand.
It's a nub.
It's still an
You
arm.
can still wave with that.
I guess it's all right. Both arms.
You're waving at this creature and its eyes dilate. It's focused on you,
Perfect.
your hand.
And so with my movement, I'm moving towards a different direction to kind of pull it away.
You realize where your left hand had been is burning.
Burning?
It's
actively
warm.
burning?
It's warm, and you look at it, and there is a glowing sigil, mark, something where your hand had once been. And the beast in front of you is focused on that.
Okay. And I will use that to my advantage in trying to lure it away.
Roll your animal handling advantage.
Oh, another one? Okay. With advantage, that's 16, 17, 18.
It is very focused on you.
Perfect.
And with that, it is Yrgison's turn. She is going to start stepping towards you. It's not a charge, it's not a rush. And she's kind of entranced by your missing hand. She will swing her tail behind her to hit Thane as she's turning. That is a 9 to hit you. I assume it does not. Okay. That is currently her turn. She's not doing well. She didn't look good to begin with, because there's a lot of trauma that just happened with this girl. But for the moment, she is distracted from triage. She is distracted from Thane. She is distracted from everything except your glowy hand. That brings us to Brun.
Brun hearing Navos enough to hearing the cry underneath all of these noises, seeing this thing chasing, like entirely locked in on Duncan. I still want to hit things though. That's my problem.
This is easy.
There are other things you can do with your strength.
Yeah. I want to try to think of like what's Brun gonna do in this situation.
You could always listen to Duncan's rules.
Does Duncan have a rule for this situation?
He does. There are alternatives to
it?
fighting. Yeah, he'll shout it. Yeah. Rule 11. There are always alternatives to fighting.
Fucking Rule 11.
Add it to the text.
Update the log.
I don't like that one.
I don't agree with that one. No.
Fighty, punchy, hitty thing.
No.
There are actually no alternatives to fighting.
Everything's fighting.
Is the alternative.
I do need your turn.
Yes. There's gonna shout out to Duncan to bring it like towards where I'm trying to keep the mental picture in my head. Duncan's on the far side of it, correct?
Running now.
Yeah. Running. Okay. Question about this: how large is the creature?
Is it grappleable?
This creature is medium.
Okay.
She started off as a humanoid.
Right.
There's only so
Oh.
much extra growth one can do.
Yeah, while she's distracted, I'm going to like shout to Thane, like, quit stabbing her, and then run up
Everyone's
and
yelling at me.
and then I want to get I want to try and like jump up behind and try and like get a like submission, like chokehold, and just like I want to end the fight relatively
jump on it?
peaceably. Yeah, Tonto.
Okay. Roll for that.
Athletics, please. And thank you.
Let's see, for grapples, she can do athletics or
Acrobatics. to
acrobatics.
resist. So that is a 16 on the athletics
16. Doodly doodly doo.
to make sort of the run and leap and like get into position, and then this would be contested athletics.
So
I'm using athletics for the grapple.
So was leaping on her part of your athletics roll that you just did?
That was the like running and jumping and like getting into position.
Okay.
And then this would be the attack, unless there's something else you'd like to do.
As you try and swing yourself up on top of her, there's a lot happening for Yrgison right now.
Yeah.
And she throws you.
Oh dang!
She beat your check. So
run off screen, and then you hear like the toss, and then I just come skidding back into frame.
Thud into a wall. Yeah, you try to leap up on top of her. You hit one of those weird warped wings, and the sudden pain, she yeets you back.
Okay.
I will say that you are not prone, but you are knocked back.
Okay.
5 feet.
Okay.
This is all loosey goosey anyway.
Yeah. Any damage from the thud?
You know what? Yes. Yes, there is.
You know what? Thanks for reminding me.
Hold on. Wait, where did my thingy go? Oh no. Oh no, my stat block. I need that.
Hey, there's that block, no damage.
I need that.
So what was it? 2d20 of bludgeoning?
Go ahead and just die.
What is an unarmed strike? Usually
1 plus strength.
Okay. Heal 3 damage.
Okay.
3 damage. Sorry. 4 damage.
Oh, 4 damage. So much damage.
Take that.
That's a lot of damage.
Like slammed
Mr.
into
Man.
a wall.
Yeet. You still have... I'm gonna say that was movement
Okay.
and action. So you still have bonus action if you want it.
I don't have many bonus actions besides
Uh,
punch again.
Navis, you will be on deck after the people move.
I'm gonna
In the
like
next.
it's not even really a ready to action, but like kind of pull myself out of the brun-shaped hole I've made in this wall, and be like keep getting ready to actually, you know what? Since I get to, I'm gonna second wind, just kind of pull myself out and like shake the cobwebs out of my brain.
Like this muscle.
Focus.
And I'm going to heal 11 HP, and just like
Hot dang.
do the thing from Mission Impossible where I like reload my arms and then start like wading back in.
Amazing.
I'm Henry Cavill.
All right.
That's me.
So the guards and the couple paladins that had arrived for triage, they are going to focus on getting people out. So Duncan, since you were the most concerned about that, roll me a D20. See how many people they can get out.
No modifiers?
No modifiers.
9.
All right. 9 people safely removed. They kind of doubled up a couple of them. It's not comfortable. It ain't pretty. But
Hey,
neither
as
is
long as they're
being
alive.
consumed.
Yeah. Neither is burning alive.
It's true. Navos, that's you. You see that Irgison is not... She's distracted. She's focused right now. There are additional eyes that have been like popping up across her face. You see feathers sprouting randomly. Like there's kind of a hoof on one of the back feet. She's continuing to change, but it's much slower now after that initial burst.
What?
Navos
is still trying to come to terms with what's happening to her. Wants to get her back to how she was, but kind of knows it's not going to happen, but is now focused on rushing over to Duncan and trying to pull her away. Looking around, is there anything I see to try to at least trap her in?
What specifically are you thinking to trap her with?
A big
Are there any like
cage
wild
would be
animals?
nice.
Yeah, like this like festival.
A cage. So the beast petting zoo is too far from where you are right now to like immediately grab something.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff was kind of cleared out of this area so that more people could fit in for the ceremony. So you could find some rope or a sack, perhaps. Yes, Curtis, you have a question.
Oh, she's medium, but it's like a big medium. What is the underside of the stage held up with like cross braces, or is it like a vertical like ladder post kind of thing?
Vertical ladder post kind of thing.
Yeah.
Copy. Okay. Like vertical knee walls, not a cross brace. Never mind.
Correct.
As you were.
So yeah, Navos, what are you doing? Thane, you're on deck.
Moving over towards Duncan as much as I can.
Right.
I like to say, get everybody out as fast as possible. Thane, if you're gonna keep hitting, at least knock her out. Do not kill her.
Navos, looking over at Thane, their eye is glowing. You see this light from inside their helmet. Probably a pretty wild expression. A lot of anger going on, but there is a distinct glow. Very similar to Duncan's hand. Are you doing anything else this round?
Oh, that's interesting. I want to give... I don't know how you want to do it, but I want to give Duncan as much advantage as possible for these...
Help
animal
action.
handling. Help action, yeah.
Sure. Describe to me how you are helping with this.
I'm going to do... let's go with Minor Illusion again. If it's as beastly as it looks, trying to just form some kind of like firework or something to just bring attention to us.
Okay.
Get everybody
A
else
little
away.
dazzle.
Yeah.
All right. Duncan, you will have advantage for future things. That's it for Navos, I guess? Question mark?
Yep. Now, just
Okay.
kind of also focused on Thane's eye. But that's it for now.
All right, Thane, you're up. As you
Hammers.
are drawing closer, like, you've already gotten one really good hit in. that righteous fury doing a lot on this beast. Everything hurts anyway. You healed yourself a bit, but there is kind of this burning sensation from your face. Maybe there's some blood or something in your eye, but it's not comfy. It's not doing any additional damage mechanically.
Thane is taken aback by how soft everyone is in the face of this adversity, and they are not listening. I mean, this thing is an active threat. It's crazy that this is happening. Hammer, sickle. First one is going to be 23 to hit.
Yep. Roll that damage for me.
The other one is a 22
so I don't have to try and
hit. Yeah.
Ugh, make me remember numbers.
So 7 points of damage on the first. And an additional 7 points of damage on the second, for a total of 14 damage.
Okay. Again, you bust through these newly lengthened and warped bones. Your sickle cuts exposed muscle where the skin had ripped from inside. Jurgensen cries out in pain and agony. There's a hint of her voice still there. That soft tone, warped by pain.
And if I could, if you allow it, with a free action, I just want to say, we are wasting time. This thing is not one of us anymore. And that's my turn.
Free action granted. It is Jurgensen's turn. Having taken so much damage, her eyes shift again, where they're not focused on Duncan anymore. She's gone back to that kind of wild, feral look, where she's not, there's no thought behind it. And she is going to run. She's going to try and escape. So, doodly doodly. Yeah, she's gonna disengage and start moving.
Damn. I was ready to grab tail.
I get an opportunity reaction.
What is this reaction? Because
I would use my last spell slot to yell command stop.
Oh. What is the save on that?
It is a 13. Because my charisma's not.
What is the...
It's a wisdom save, sorry.
Wisdom save. A 13. I will allow this command.
Okay. As she starts to turn to run, Duncan will look at her.
However...
Jurgensen, stop! However,
Thane has made it very clear they are not going to stop their attacks. Jurgensen looks as though she's bloodied. She's been beaten. Her back end of her is like struggling to function. She cannot take more. Are you going to use your command?
I'm going to use my command, but I think my turn is next. We'll get to that when we get to that. I'll still use my command to stop.
I was going to grant it to you as a reaction.
Okay.
Do you want to use it as a reaction?
Yes.
Okay. 13, you said. Wisdom?
Mm-hmm. Wisdom saving throw, yep.
She doesn't even acknowledge that you've spoken.
I'm 0 for 2 on that.
She runs.
Nobody respects my authority. Okay.
It's not super fast. She's awkward. She's hurt. She's limping. But she is trying to run. Thane, you know you'll be able to catch her with no problem. I grabbed the wrong stack of cards. I am a fool. That will be her turn after Duncan, because I done goofed and grabbed the wrong stack of cards.
Okay.
So I will honor that I have goofed. Duncan, if you would like to command her before she can run, you can.
Again?
Yeah.
Well, I only had the one.
Oh, you only had the one. Okay.
Yeah, I
would
only
you
had
have
two
used
spells
it on your
I used
turn then?
one.
Would you have used
Yes,
it
I
on
would
your
have.
turn?
I would have used it
Okay.
on my turn if it wasn't a reaction.
Anything else you're doing on your turn?
Trying to using my movement to put myself between her as she's running and Thane, kind of like putting
do
my
that.
one hand on Thane, like, you need to stop.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
Granted, because I goofed. My bad. So her turn is spent ignoring you and running. She's going to
Sounds like my last
bully
save.
past Navos and Duncan and Brun. That brings us to Brun.
Gonna turn to Navos. You know her. If she's in there, you know where she'll go to rest. Find her. And I will sidle up next to Duncan and Thane, if you are accepting of PvP, I will attempt to grapple you to prevent you from going after her.
That's fine.
Like just the hand, like Duncan's got the one hand on your shoulder and my hands just kind of come down and are just like pin the arms to the
Meaty
side.
claws.
It just like with those, like the hands come down and it's like what was it you said, this thing is not one of us? The hands kind of come down and go, we don't know if she's gone.
Thane can't
So,
outmuscle the two of you, so
Yeah, it's not crushing. I'm not trying to crush the armor like a tin can, but it is definitely like, please don't, buddy. It's the bouncer being like, come on, man.
If it helps sway it anyway, the look that Duncan gives is the disappointed dad look. Like, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed. You need to stop. You need to stop right now.
Fuck, Brun's not even needed, I guess.
Yeah, you just go ahead. I got this.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll for emotional damage on that one, because
and then-
I myself took damage.
Yeah. So yeah, with those, like, we don't know if she's gone, and there are others here that need your help. And I will point to where, like, I will gesture towards where the paladins are pulling people out.
Speaking of whom, somebody else, give me a d20 to see how many people are removed.
Run, looks like you're up.
Who's doing it?
That's me. All right.
Do it.
16. The
Dang,
fuck were you
alright.
on my initiative rolls?
Teehee.
Hey, low initiative, same amount of people. I'm cool with it.
All right, Navos, we're up to you. Yurgison is limping past you, not moving very quickly, but trying her best, whimpering along the way. Her tail is barely attached anymore after Thane's vicious attacks on her.
Yeah, following, trying to see if I can get her to away from the crowd, just sit down somewhere, trying to show there was no harm I'm trying to give to her. Like, hands up, let's just sit down.
Animal handling.
Let's sit down. Let's talk about it.
Let's stop. Let me pull up a chair. Let me sit backwards on a chair. We got some stuff to talk about. This is not going to
Well,
be
Coach
good.
Carter vibes.
13.
How do I reach the keys?
The Captain America beam. So,
Yeah.
Mutate into a horrific dragon monster thing.
You try and reach her. In her current state, there's nothing to reach. She is a wounded beast. There is no intelligence there. You feel like she's not going to risk attacking anyone right now, but she's going to continue to escape. Are you doing anything else? Thane, you're on deck.
Still going to follow. Are the other druids still there, or have they left?
Several of them were hit by the healing that she granted. And they are dealing with that off to the side. It looks like whatever effect she caused was not just healing. There's something else going on with them at the moment. They're not warping, they're not mutating, but something's wrong. They are being led away by the guards and paladins.
Yeah, still just following for now. Trying to push people
Maintain
away,
respectful
close.
distance.
Yes.
Thane, you have been paused. Actually, Navos, real quick.
Mm.
Since you've been getting closer and closer, your left arm feels kind of numb from the shoulder, like a burning sensation. And that's where I'll leave that. Thane, you've been paused by your, until now, companions that are seemingly siding with the creature that was ready to devour all the people around.
I don't have any actions. I just have words in this moment.
Speak your truth.
If she hurts anybody, that's on the two of you. And, Run, what are your priorities here? Where's the kid? You were wasting time with this thing. We could have been done with this. Where's the kid? That's it. That's all I have.
You may respond. I will say for now, unless anyone is going to take actions against Yerson, initiative will be over.
Nothing.
We're all clear?
We're all clear?
Alright. Initiative complete. The guard and paladin are going to continue their work, trying to remove civilians, while you all have some words. I'm going to shut up.
She didn't take Mahir. He is gone where I can't find him.
Could have hurt the next kid. Or the next one. She still can. We're letting her go? We're letting her go?
But you can't be punished for crimes you haven't committed yet. What are you even talking about?
She was actively violent with the crowd here. She was throwing stuff. Which one of you did she throw across the grounds here? I mean, come on. She's not this passive
She's lashing
thing.
out.
She's not innocent.
Did you just see what had happened?
Oh, I did. Look, I mean, we are surrounded by dead. We have people missing, and you guys.
Why add more to it?
You were wasting time just grappling with this thing. To what? Make friends with it? I mean, what is the goal here? The goal here should have been getting rid of the threat and then figuring out what we're doing next.
Not everything is a threat.
We need to figure out
and you should know. You should know more than anybody. As a fellow paladin, you are judgment, and you must wield it well.
Yes,
And that requires sometimes putting down something that is a threat before it continues being a threat. But I suppose time will tell. But if that thing, I won't even call it a she at this point, if that thing hurts anybody, that's on you. And you can't morally grandstand about me being a paladin. That's on you. But I think right now we need to focus on him. I'm going to point to Navos. You all saw what he did up there.
We don't know what we saw yet.
We don't know. We don't know.
We are all in shock.
We need to figure out what's going on with him.
That I agree with you. Well, we need to figure out what's going on in the situation. Navos, what do you know?
And I think Navos is gone. Like Navos is after.
Navos is following the fleeing.
There's a Navos shape outline in the dust.
Yeah, Navos has followed after her.
I apologize.
After a bit, she's going to kind of clamber away. You get the feeling, Navos, that you'll be able to find her again later. And that right now, it could be very dangerous if she felt actually threatened by you being here. She does not seem interested in feasting like she did earlier. Now it is escape or die. The further you get from the main stage, you hear other shouts and screams popping up around the town. You get the feeling that Yrgesen was not the only individual that has experienced something. Because you are hearing more of these kind of guttural, bestial shouts and sounds. In some of those, you do hear accompanying humanoids that don't sound quite as well protected as the ones that were in the main square. There's more going on in the town right now. You can continue to follow her if you really want to. But there's a lot happening beyond just her.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know if they did it, but I'm so sorry. I hold my hand out in the form of what you think Eldritch Blast might look like. I hear the screams and I walk away. I can't do it. Fuck. Just thinking it's gonna come eventually. It just can't be right now. And I'll go to meet back up with the group.
For the other three of you, I'm going to assume that Duncan, you were on Thane's left, using your right hand to hold the shoulder. Brun, I assume you would be on Thane's right. As you all kind of turn to address each other, you notice that Brun's right arm kind of just above the elbow, there's a glowing sigil. And y'all can decide how these things look, by the way. It looks very similar to Duncan's hand? Question mark.
Dump.
And as Jurgensen gets further away, they dim down. They're still present, but they're faint now. These marks. Navos, you rejoin. Anyone looking at Navos can see through the ragged cloth that drapes over him. His left shoulder has a similar mark. Barring anything else, I would say that's where we'll end for the evening. Does anyone have anything final to do or say?
We'll definitely, as Navos approaches, Brun is going to hold up a hand.
You're gonna mom arm?
I'm gonna just hold up a hand in like a stopping gesture real quick to Navos. Just like a hold on, because Thane has made mention that looking to inflict violence upon him.
So do we hear the sounds of violence in the rest of the city at this point? I know you mentioned
You do.
Navos did that. Yeah, I mean that's Thane's intent right now, and they're gonna make that clear. Like the thing that we stopped here is happening all across this city. We have a choice to step in and help them, or we can just stand here and do nothing. We don't know what you two are going to do. We have an idea now, but we're going to go and help those people.
At this point, the paladins and guards have cleared most of the people from this area, the ones that weren't able to move themselves. You see people standing and trying to help those around them, or discovering that those around them are beyond help, and everything that comes with that. The paladins and guards have not returned since their last batch of triage patients. You would assume that they have been deployed to those other sites, where you can hear violence. Unrestrained violence.
That's where
Anyone
Thane would
else?
want to go.
We were the last ones with Pival all morning. I'm sure the bishop and the paladins will want to talk to all of us. We have an opportunity. We can leave. We already look damned, damned, and damned again. There is no possible explanation that they will accept for why one of their prized baby angels blew up a town.
You say we have an opportunity. I say we have a responsibility. If you want to go, you can go. But until the problem here is solved, I'm going to stay here and help.
Duncan, that holy symbol that you've tucked away is burning a hole in your pocket at the moment.
Okay.
Figuratively. You can
Yeah.
feel the weight of Pival's last words. How do you handle seeing somebody directly. You've sent how many off into the world and never seen them again? There's so many things that could have happened. But this one, you saw it. You saw their last moments. A young cleric on their first mission into the world. How many did you send? Maybe not to such spectacular ends, but their ends.
I think their faces kind of flash through his head. Kind of like a montage of face after face after face after face. Smiles and cheers and, you know, the camaraderie.
Graduates.
Yeah, there's camaraderie that you get between brothers in arms. And the sad look of their faces as 4 of them come back, 3 of them come back, 2 of them come back. But now is not a time for those thoughts. Now is a time of action. And as much as he doesn't agree with Thane, this city, it needs protection. You can't turn your back on it, and you can't run away from your problems. And without even talking to the rest of the group, Duncan will just start to walk away towards the direction of the screaming. Too many have been lost this night. Not one more. Not one more.
Anyone else before we finish up for the night?
Navos is just gonna start following Duncan. Just constant, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Brun, your companions of the past few days are walking away. You sent Vox to do his job, and you know he will. Can you face the boss after losing his kid? Can you return without any leads?
It's not until Navos starts walking in that direction. Brun doesn't bet because he knows the guys who run the casinos and they're unscrupulous sorts. But he'd have bet money that Navos would have wandered. And Navos walking with the others and following after the others is what makes Brun think beyond his own I guess really more about the other people in the town. And it's a long wait. Navos is almost out of sight in the and the group is almost out of sight in the throng before Brun pulls himself together and will follow. And under his breath, Well, if I'm lucky, one of those things will kill me before the boss does.
And you all make your way further into the town as chaos continues to erupt. That is where we'll end for the evening. Thank you all so much for joining me.
Thank you.
I hope things are still fun.
Awesome freaking game, Alexis.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
Man.
There's
I
does
love
not
hearing,
begin
like,
to
the-
cover it.
It sounds like you're all breathing for the first time in a while, so I'll take that.
I'm sorry for yelling at everybody. I'm not a yelling kind of person, I promise.
No, it was
Thane wanted to do
You
it.
gotta yell at your friends.
Thane made me do it.
I was ready to yell back, and then you hit, and my brain was like, "Oh no, Dad's yelling at me." No, the yelling. I totally fine with the yelling and the like, the enthusiastic passion of it.
I love how wrong Thane could be. Just if this was a little bit different, I feel like maybe he's not given the context, but very easily he could be. And I'm waiting for a variation of this to appear later in game where Thane is like, let's fucking kill this thing. And then it's like, oh wait, maybe there should be some pause here. So, yeah, I love
Or maybe the opposite. We're all so gung-ho to kill something. Things like, wait a minute.
I'm waiting for Thane's. I'm waiting for Thane's turn. Like when that realization happens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it's this evil collective monster thing, and you're like, no, it's a hive mind. Hive minds are good, right?
We like hive mind.
We like
Write it down.
collectives.
If I had one more turn, I was taking a shot at you, by the way. It was already planned.
Oh,
It was
snap.
already planned.
Oh man.
Incredible.
Man, maybe we'll get a chance.
I that's another thing I can't wait for. I can't wait for Navos to, like, honestly, I thought Navos was going to there was a version of this that played out in my head of Navos following and putting down.
I thought for sure. I thought that was gonna
Like,
happen.
I thought you were gonna like find her on a roof and we just hear like whatever, we just hear a weird noise in the distance of your Eldritch Blast, and that's it, and you're like, it's done, don't worry about it. And we're like, oh fuck.
what I was thinking. Put her out of her misery.
Think of the rabbits.
Yeah, tell me about the rabbits.
Navos is stuck in between the two. Was trying to do it, but just cannot do it yet. Knows it's probably going to happen, but is trying to hold out.
Do you guys have any wishes to discuss? We still have a few minutes.
I wish to see everybody next Monday. I want to know what's going on with these beast things.
This was my favorite game so far. I've loved all the games, but I think this just held so much stuff.
In sheer amount of notes written, this is the longest game.
Pages. Hey, this is the most notes I've written for a single one of these games so far, for sure.
Yeah, it's
Fantastic.
so we hit the entree. Like we had our salad, we had our soup, we had our like little palate cleanser, and then the steak rolled up, and we're just like, this is incredible.
And so many question marks. So many
Why is
question
the
marks.
plate so hot?
Why did my plate explode?
There's pages in my eyeball.
I
love it.
This is delicious. I also love, as a wish, parts of that fight I had trouble tracking.
Yeah,
without a visual reference.
I was not anticipating you guys to actually fight. That's on me.
That's the like, and I'm totally okay with being like, cool, quick pause while I grab a bunch of assets and roll 20 and make a map. Like, I'm totally okay with that because we threw a curveball at you.
Noted.
If there's an opportunity for a fight, for now at least, Thane's taking it. always assume that Thane is going to play.
Noted as well.
I have
There is
I have
no
a strong
blood
feeling. I have a strong feeling Brun is going to be picking up a whirling dervish of blades, and just like, nope, we're leaving. Goodbye.
Little Tasmanian
Sorry,
devil at
sorry,
the end of your
sorry.
fist.
I'm taking. We're leaving.
My lord, I'm so sorry about him. He's
Please
understimulated.
forgive him.
Yeah, they're understimulated. Sorry. But yeah, no, and we kind of talked about it at break, but like, Derek with the narration and Evan, I love Duncan's every single session. I'm like, oh man, I feel like Duncan's not getting like enough talking time, but you say like 10 words and everyone's like, maybe I should reconsider my entire life purpose. And
That's what Duncan's for. It. Man of few words, more of a man of action.
And it sells super well, and it reads really, really well. And I also like in the conflict that happened in this episode, like we got to see Duncan get heated. Like that's the first time Duncan's raised his voice other than shouting commands to the kids. And that's like, I loved it. You know, as much as me, Curtis,
Duncan's
shut
got
down
a dad
bit.
voice. Duncan's got a dad voice.
And it works, and I love the tension there.
Well, I would like to offer stars all around. Y'all are phenomenal humans. I threw a lot at you all. And I am hopeful that it doesn't cause too much bleed or anything like that, but I want to make sure you're all aware. If you need to discuss anything with me, please absolutely reach out. I'm going to give you all a couple days and poke you just to check in. Kind of like I did for most of you, sending a message like 11 o'clock last night, 11:30, being like, hey, by the way, because that's when I do my best thinking, is when I should be asleep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be checking in on y'all. If you have anything you want to yell at me for or anything like that, we'll discuss and go from there. But once again, thank you all. I'm going to shut Craig down.
Goodbye.
Craig.